Hello, I'm Gemma Rose, and welcome to the latest episode of Conscious by Design, the podcast that fosters the raising of consciousness for improved states of living and being. In this short evolutionary episode, we are addressing the elephant in the room, the name change. Last month, our podcast was known as Live, Love, Learn, Lead, and during the period between then and now, we grew an evolutionary elephant and underwent a cosmetic change. The larger than life elephant in the room may actually be so only due to my own perspective on name changes, and yes, that's definitely something to be said about my innate feelings and response to name changes, yet it is worth addressing the change regardless. Let's actually take a look at my personal point of view and feelings on name changes though. They actually make me feel a little icky. Not from when others do it. I get where it comes from, and yet for me it invokes discomfort, instability, and uncertainty of self when it is me who is moving through the transition. Yes, I've been through a number of name changes during my time in business, and it invokes an ickiness that speaks of inauthenticity every single time. So this is such an interesting perception for me to be having, especially since all it would take is a reframe to invoke a completely different energy and feel to name changes. And clearly I know and feel where it comes from for others. So why am I getting stuck on making it a bit of a thing, a bit of an elephant in the room for myself? Let's unpack it then, shall we? Reframing the inauthentic vibe of a name change can be easily done by perceiving it as a sign of evolution, growth, expansion even. And the truth is, my heart and soul's truth is, the name change is all about evolution. It is significant of aligning more precisely with who I am, how I present, and how I show up in the world. And of course, it is in the message that I convey through my entire being and practice as well. So again, why the elephant? As I feel into and explore where the feelings of inauthenticity come from, my head actually begins to swell and I feel a little off kilter. Now, this type of sensate experience is indicating that the feelings of being inauthentic because I changed the name of my business or program or podcast aren't actually mine. They are feelings, thoughts, beliefs that I took from someone else and made my own. I can feel the truth, the validity of that as my body begins to replay and relive images and scenes from past people, past situations that made me feel less than and instilled discomfort because other people didn't get it or other people hated it, challenged it, or perceived it as something that I was not. It's a lecherous thing to my delicate self-worth system, which is a story for another day, and mutated into this ickiness, this discomfort, this sense of inauthentic being, despite knowing that it speaks to aligning, realigning, and aligning again to my authentic self and being every time I grow, every time I raise my consciousness. Raising consciousness not only supports change, but it fosters it. One cannot raise their consciousness, raise their awareness, and stay the same. It simply cannot be done. And thus, the elephant, my darling elephant, whom up until this very episode I have shunned or mocked due to my lack of self-compassion and self-understanding of the origins of where my ickiness was coming from. Curious and curious is the way of the mind and the intention to grow, explore, and grow again. My intention was to address the elephant, to simply note and relay to you all that the name change had occurred, and that now and from this point forward, live, love, learn, lead will be, is conscious by design. I was actually unaware that I was diving deep into a healing process, a process of raising my consciousness and coming to see that I was projecting my own beliefs of the name change out into the world. The elephant. Ugh. I was also unaware that it was going to be a teaching moment on how to reframe your thoughts into ones that are more productive, more constructive, and more conducive to your mental and emotional health and well-being. So I guess we just kind of set the scene for what's to come in the Conscious by Design podcast season. You know, my mission across all my work is to raise consciousness to ease emotional and mental pain, anguish, and struggle in others. And although I've just done that for myself, I really do look forward to ushering in this new chapter in our new podcast, Conscious by Design. So thank you all for listening in today. If you would like to keep the conversation going, you can by joining our Conscious by Design Facebook collaborative community. Feel free to leave your comments, ask your questions, and of course, subscribe and follow along. And additionally, share if you feel it's worthy of you sharing. If you need to get in touch with us, you can through our social media at Gemma Rose I am, through email at team@gemmarosgreen.com.au, or through our website gemmarosgreen.com.au. And that's it. Bye for now.